So, England, a new era possibly, and this is what they definitely need to do more going forward into international football and future tournaments. I actually think we've learnt something tonight, where England beat Greece 3-0 on their own patch, and this is my match reaction to what's gone on, and hear why I think England should do this more in the future. Big up to everyone who's watching. Welcome to AVFTS Extra. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and get in the comments and let me know your thoughts on tonight's game if you watched it, your thoughts on it, and if you agree with me on this section. Because this, for me, was a very important win tonight for England. After losing to the Greeks at Wembley in a way in which really embarrassed the nation in terms of the performance, the outcome, the result in the Nations League, it was time to go to Greece and put something right. Now, this Greek side are no mugs. Of course, we saw, after them beating us, how good of a side they were. But another stat going into this is that they were actually unbeaten in their last 5 games at home. So, a challenging tie, always hard to go to Greece, especially the atmosphere that they produce, and something that England had to overcome. We went into this game as well with 8 players withdrawn from the squad in the likes of Rice, Stacker, etc. And all of a sudden you go, what's going on? Are we taking this seriously? Do we actually care about wearing the 3 lines on our shirt anymore? Is this competition irrelevant? Well, in a way, this isn't the A-star competition. It's not the World Cup. It's not the Euros. But you can still win silverware from this. And therefore, the players who represented us tonight showed us that. And I must say, this is how I want to see England going forward more. I want to see players who don't get that much of an opportunity, who don't get that much of an opportunity in competitive football, not the friendlies, but the competitive football, to actually get a long, withstanding minutes on the pitch. The likes of Rico Lewis tonight, we got to see. Esri Konsa, Conor Gallagher, Curtis Jones, Watkins, Madueke, Gordon, all had valuable minutes tonight, alongside key experienced players who have embedded in this England team, in Jordan Pickford, in Mark Gay, in Jude Bellingham. And this is why, going forward, I want to see us use this Nations League with this way. I really found it exciting watching Conor Gallagher and Curtis Jones impose themselves in the midfield tonight. A position that actually, when you really deep it, is a position that is up for grabs. Of course, Jude Bellingham is going to be someone key and central in that midfield. But when you've got the likes of Declan Rice out injured or not available, who else comes in there? Who else can impose themselves? We saw the Trent Alexander experiment fail under Gareth Southgate. We've seen Phil Foden try and fulfill central roles and not worked out. And therefore, it was great to see Curtis Jones, who has, by the way, been really consistent in the last season or two, take his spot and make it count. And that was wrapped up nicely for him for a goal. We even saw Morgan Gibbs-White come off the bench, another player who has been consistent for a few seasons, maybe never got a fair look for England, and went and produced a really good, emphatic performance off the bench. And so when we look at England as a whole, we have to think about, is the competition for places there? Yes, it is. But how much game time is this competition getting? And so I want to see Thomas Tuchel do exactly the same when he becomes England manager. And I've got to highlight some key things again. It's great to see Harry Kane not start tonight, because back in the day, Gareth Southgate no doubt would have played Harry Kane every game in this Nations League. Start. And therefore, a striker wasn't able to get an opportunity. And Ivan Toney would have experienced that. Watkins has experienced that. And even strikers in the past, in a couple of years in Gareth's era, would have felt that. But Lee Carsley did the right thing tonight. He started a striker in Ollie Watkins, who needed a bit of love, who was lacking a few goals and confidence for Aston Villa in the last few weeks. And all of a sudden, it's, go on, go enjoy yourself for England. You've actually got the start over Kane tonight, who is sat on the bench and available. And Watkins got what we needed Watkins to do. A goal to make sure that his confidence is going in the right direction. And a goal that also says to Lee Carsley, you've also got a good finisher there. And Thomas Tuchel going forwards. Another thing that I was really happy to see is we've always been so reliant on Bukayo Saka on that right-hand side. Whether that's right, whether that's wrong. And even was it Cole Palmer. But we actually saw an out-and-out player in Madueke get another chance tonight. And I thought he did really well. Another direct player. And that's what I want to see. Competition, people taking their chances. I thought Watkins did well tonight. I thought Madueke did well tonight. And it kept the likes of Jared Bowen and Harry Kane on the bench. Rico Lewis, have we found our left-back problem? Is that the solution going forward? We have never, ever, ever replaced Luke Shaw. Ever. We've had so many failed experiments at left-back. We've seen the likes of Levi Colwell recently have to go play there. We've even seen Ezra Konsa do a role for Gareth Southgate left-back. Trippier, Walker. No. We've actually got what I think is a left-back now at left-back in Rico Lewis. And maybe there may be someone else breaking through. Leif Davis, there's a lot of talk about him from Ipswich, but let's be real. Right now, I'm really happy that we've looked at that left-back position. Mark Gay as well. Let's just quickly talk about him. He somehow has now become a mainstay in that England centre-back position. And he's done well to hold on to that. Taken the chances where Harry Maguire's career dropped off last season. Came in alongside Stones in the Euros. Did really well. And now he's almost like a first name on the tee sheet sort of vibes. And this man, Jordan Pickford, tonight. Some people would say it's time to have a new goalkeeper in goal. We need to rotate the goalkeeping position. We need to try something else in these sort of games. Well, again, I look at the depth of that England tonight. James Trafford on the bench. For me, nowhere near ready to be a England international goalkeeper, let alone, sometimes I'd question, where does he fit in the Premier League? Aaron Ramsdale, we know, has had a great season in terms of shot stopping for Southampton. But for me, Jordan Pickford still really is the England number one. And he made 2 great saves tonight. The one where he saved Simicash's shot in the first half in that near post. Second half, he makes that one-on-one save, stays big, dives late, tips around the post. It's happy days. So, again, a lot of positives tonight. Now you can say, but Josh, it's UEFA Nations League. We're in Group B. We should be beating Greece. Yes, we should. But we also saw that we lost to Greece on our own patch at Wembley. It was a professional performance today, but it was also an exciting one. And that's where I'm trying to get at. Why England need to do this more. They need to make the use of these young players who are in the squad, who don't get many minutes, to let them play. And I think we saw that tonight. So well done to Lee Carsley. Got to give him credit for that. We know he's not the permanent England manager. It's all going to be on Tommy Tuchel. But I hope this is something that Tuchel's looked at and thought, do you know what? This works for me as well. Because England do have an abundance of depth. England do have an abundance of talent. And we just don't ever seem to utilise it as well as maybe other nations. And that is my biggest qualm and biggest concern. So, happy days, up the England, good professional performance. And we move on to Ireland at Wembley this Sunday. Now, I do expect Carsley to revert back to the likes of Harry Kane starting. I probably expect again to see more familiar faces in that sense of Jared Bowen probably even having a start. Those who've been in England set for a long time. But what I don't want to see is England going more defensive at Wembley. England going a little bit more breaks on at Wembley. I want to see a full-flowing, ebbing attacking style of football, which I think we're going to get. So let me know if you were happy with tonight's performance. Let me know if you agree on those points. And have England created some good headaches moving forward with players that aren't necessarily the star boys and your Fodens, your Bellinghams, your Grealishes, those enigma players. But have we got some really good, solid performers who, when they put on the England shirt, are going to give it their all and produce the goods that we want? Something to think about. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, get in the comments. Big up to everyone. I'll see you on the next video. The uploads are coming. We're on the upload season, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da!